Get ready for some serious nostalgia. The 1980s gave us practical effects, audacious gore, and absolutely zero chill. In this video, we're unearthing 5 horror classics from that era that can still terrify even the most hardcore genre fans. And believe me, it's not just the fake blood. These films prove that sometimes, all you need is low lighting and creaky floorboards to create pure terror. Make sure to stick around for the final, spine-chilling pick. If you're into cult horrors and forgotten gems, hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Who knows, your next favorite fright could be right here. Imagine going to the movies and the movie literally attacks you. That's Demons, a brainchild of producer Dario Argento and director Lamberto Bava that revels in turning the audience's safe space into a blood-soaked battleground. The premise is ludicrously brilliant. A group of strangers attends a mysterious film screening in a Berlin cinema, only to find themselves hunted by grotesque, pustule-dripping demons that emerge from the screen and start infecting viewers in real time. Released in 1985, Demons is a sensory overload of synth-heavy music, snarling creatures, and unrelenting carnage, all rendered with gloriously gruesome practical effects.
The preview you are about to watch is for a movie that is unlike any you have ever seen before. It is a movie called Demons. Warning, if you have the courage to see demons, sit near an exit. Otherwise, you might never get out. Demons. With music by Billy Idol, Motley Crue, The Adventures, Rick Springfield, and Saxon. And it could be happening to you. Demons. Will you survive it? Demons.
Demons 2 cranks everything up to catastrophic levels. Released just a year after its predecessor, this 1986 follow-up relocates the carnage from a theater to a high-rise apartment complex, effectively trapping its residents in a vertical labyrinth of demonic infection. What's especially unnerving is how it integrates TV as the new vector for possession, a meta-twist on media consumption that feels oddly prophetic. The apartment setting means there are more places to hide, and more places to be cornered. Bava doesn't pull any punches. There's a memorable scene involving gallons of oozing viscera. Once again, the grotesque makeup work transforms ordinary tenants into snarling monstrosities. If Demons made you fear cinemas, Demons 2 made you terrified of your own home, or at least your TV.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Directed by Barbara Peters but controversially recut by Roger Corman to amp up the exploitation elements, this 1980 creature feature introduces viewers to the fictional town of Noyo, California, where genetic experiments on salmon result in humanoid sea creatures with one goal: to spawn with human women. The result is a shockingly nasty, slimy, and viscerally uncomfortable film that pushes the boundaries of monster movie tropes. Beyond pure schlock is the surprisingly effective creature design by Rob Bottin, who would later work on The Thing. And actor Doug McClure anchors the chaos with a performance that can only be described as professionally bewildered.
Humanoids from the deep. They're not human, but they hunt human women. Not for killing, for mating. Any time you stop, they will find you. Humanoids from the deep.
Long before elevated horror was a marketing term, there was Wolfen, a 1981 film that dared to combine crime thriller, Native American mythology, and supernatural terror in one genre-defying package. Directed by Michael Wadley, yes, the same guy who directed the Woodstock documentary, the film stars Albert Finney as a grizzled detective investigating a string of brutal murders in New York City. But here's the twist: the killers aren't human. They're a hyper-intelligent species of wolf-like creatures that have adapted to survive in the abandoned ruins of the South Bronx. Not to be confused with werewolves, these aren't shapeshifters, but rather an ancient predatory force reclaiming their territory. The film's use of pioneering Steadicam POV shots, an early version of thermal vision, creates a deeply unsettling perspective, making the audience feel like prey. Wolfen is atmospheric, socially conscious, and utterly unlike anything else from its era.
Orion Pictures presents Wolfen. For centuries, they have been hiding in the rubble of your cities. They can sense the rhythm of your blood. Hear clouds pass overhead. A force so deadly, it will tear the scream from your throat.
Team her up with Wilson.
There's not a trace,
Not a speck of metal.
nothing soft that could have ripped and ravaged like this.
Something out there might be eating people.
Did you hear that?
You were being lured. We were being separated.
By what?
The carnivore. You got yourself some kind of meat eater. Meat eater.
What is it?
In their eyes, you are the savage. Wolfen.
At first glance, the Prowler looks like your standard slasher. Masked killer, secluded setting, expendable teenagers. But look again, this 1981 film, directed by Joseph Zito, who would later helm Friday the 13th, the final chapter, is one of the most unsettlingly brutal and methodical entries in the genre. The plot revolves around a World War II soldier who, after being dumped via Dear John letter, returns decades later to exact revenge at a college graduation dance, donning his old combat gear and a pitchfork as his weapon of choice. What sets the Prowler apart is the unflinching realism of its kill sequences, courtesy of the legendary Tom Savini, who has called his work on this film some of his best. The film's oppressive atmosphere, underscored by a chilling score from Richard Einhorn, transforms the sleepy town setting into a death trap where safety is an illusion.
The terror at home
Roy.
was about to begin. The Prowler. If he wants you, he'll get you. Tonight, the terror begins again.
They never found out who did it. And Mark, that guy still might be around here.
Whenever the time was right, he'd come back. The Prowler. Night after night, he waited for her. If he gets you, you'll wish you were dead. The Prowler.
Alright, so there you have it. 5 horror classics from the 80s that seriously hit different when you rewatch them. Did any of these catch you off guard? Or maybe you're thinking, how could they forget that? Let me know your own terrifying 80s gems in the comments below, because I'm always on the hunt for new nightmare fuel. And if you're not ready for the scares to end, we've got you covered. Dive into our curated playlists, packed with cult classics, underrated slashers, and creature features you might have totally overlooked. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into horror. Trust me, you really don't want to miss what's coming next.